Hey, what's up everybody? Marcello here from Gamers Xtreme, and today we're going to be showcasing Apocryph. We're going to call it that. I hope I'm saying it right. Anyway, so if I were to tell you that there was a Hexen style old school shooter for the Switch, that's basically what you get with Apocryph. So here's the thing, that's basically a solid start, right? You have something like Doom, something like Hexen. Can't go wrong. Well, let's find out. So we're gonna start from the beginning. Got 5 difficulties. Now the game is basically a homage to old school shooters. So much so that it says it right on the icon, paying respect to old school shooters. You'd almost forget that the game's called Apocryph because, well, A, it's being blocked by me saying I'm playing the game. B, the top spot's going to the quote. Anyway, so we got 5 difficulties here. We got Comfort Zone, Handful of Pain, Heaps of Corpses, Only Death Can Slow Me Down, and Immortal and Eternal Reaper. Well, I'm going to stick with Comfort Zone just for the sake of focusing on playing and talking about the game. So, when I came across this on the eShop, this kind of seemed like a stealth launch because this just popped up on the eShop. Never even heard of anything about it. But when I saw the videos, I'm like, oh wow, it looks like Hexen. And I remember having fond memories playing that on my N64. So I was really hoping for something good here. And like the premise is cool, and it runs decent. But the biggest problem, and it's something I really didn't think I had to say nowadays, I figured we were past this point, are the freaking controls. So, alright. The controls, for the most part, are your standard fare FPS. However, moving forward is a huge chore. And this is especially more so with the Joy-Cons. Right now I'm using the Pro Controller, so it's a little bit better. But moving forward, you cannot move the analog stick past unless it has to be dead center perfect. If you slightly move it to the left or right, and I mean slight, you go like sideways. You start strafing while moving forward. So it's almost like you're playing as a drunk character because you really have it's almost impossible to go straight. I kind of wish you could just use a D-pad to move at this point, just because that would provide more accurate movement. Alright, so let's see. Let's showcase the first level here, and then the next a bit of the next level. Because the first level is not as bad. It's not too bad. It's pretty bearable to get through, especially on easy. You're kind of fighting with the controls most of the time, so you're kind of hoping that, I don't know, maybe you get used to it, but nope. Sorry, fellas. I cannot get used to the controls at all with the movement. Right now, I'm looking at myself playing this, and like I'm thinking, like, wow, I'm moving pretty well because when I was playing handheld, man, I was like just really struggling. Because first off, the Joy-Cons analog sticks are already small, right? So you already have like they're not very tall, they're very stubby in a sense. I love them, don't get me wrong. But for FPS sake like this, in terms of precision, if you want to be able to hold it up on the analog stick, yeah, it's gonna definitely come with issues. Trying to see. The other thing I'm not a fan of is the sprint button is the A button, so it forces your thumb off of the right analog stick to look and aim. So normally you would think like the L3 button or the left stick pushing it in. Oh, hardcore rock music. Man, everybody's in line just get blasted away. It was literally a line of people just waiting to get shot. Honestly, if it wasn't for the awkward and like imprecise movement control, like I could put up with the fact that like it's not super polished. Like it's decent to play. Like it's an enjoyable style game, but damn, this movement control is just that bad. I mean, like it's been a long time since they've been able to say that movement controls have been an issue in a game. I mean, a really long time. Breaking through barrels. I want to say that key cannot move straight. Jesus. if you guys have already picked this game up and just check it out to see just like someone else's thoughts on it, make sure it's not just you guys having a hard time with the controls. If you have a Pro Controller, highly recommend you use that. Better yet, if you actually have one of the GameCube controllers, I don't know if the GameCube adapter would work, but if you it should, because I think it works on Trials Rising now. But the Power A GameCube controller, which I actually did cover a review for also, the grooves of the analog stick would actually ensure that you're always going to go straight if you hold your thumb up, since it kind of locks in place a little bit. I'm going to have to try that, actually. Might be the best way for me to play this game. Yeah, AI, not much to write home about. Again, I am playing on easy, though, so I don't want to really judge it based on that. But they seem to have a fun time just kind of running toward you and not doing anything. And if they do anything, it's... yeah. Insert obligatory rock music. A statue comes to life, I think. You did not just hit me. Ooh, actually, wait, what the hell just hit me? Yep, the statue comes to life. I thought that sounded right. Wow, I love how you could push the skeletons. That's hysterical. They just follow you, they don't even attack! Push them away, that's hysterical! Alright, let's see the level. The cape's not even attached to the character. But I do like this level complete screen. I did like that cool animation where he jumps down. That looks pretty badass. This loading screen is very low budget looking. Like that font up above just looks, well, low budget. Okay. One thing I also liked, and this is also akin to old school shooters, especially on the PC, is that you can save and load at any time. This will definitely come in handy because if you die, it's oh, there's the frame rate drop. Because if you die, you have to load your game. There's no continues, no checkpoints. Although the game has a habit of doing autosave too, so. Jeez, man, just die. Really, dude? Oh, there's a lot of guys. Good thing you can push skeletons away. Be careful here. Grab this without falling. So, this is the level where drove me nuts because of movement controls. There's several times I've just found myself falling off into the lava and not being able to get out fast enough just because, well, movement controls suck. Really? That's a shame. I was actually pretty excited about this too. Once I saw it, I'm like, oh wow, it's an old school shooter. Like, I grew up in that era. I'm all in. Like, how could this suck? To be fair, the game doesn't really suck. It's just that telling you, if they could patch the movement controls, there is an immensely more enjoyable game here. Like, yeah, the frame rate is inconsistent, sure. Like, whatever. I could look past that. But imprecise movement controls, not so much. Trying not to like run off the level here. A lot of object collision too. There's a lot of times you find yourself getting caught in objects. Weapon. I forgot to get the green mana weapon in the first level. That's probably because I was rushing through it too. What the hell is this guy doing? Okay. He's not even moving! What the? Really, dude? I'm right in front of you! Secret area. Let's see. And of course I fall on fire due to imprecise freaking movement. Really? Oh my gosh. I like this weapon, even though you can hurt yourself with it. Oh yeah, there's an ability to also slow down time. I remember how I just did that, I can't even stop it. Be another door to open. Oh yeah, take down here. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm holding up on the analog stick and like when you jump it like goes at an angle. It's like seriously, like, really precise with this movement. Sapphire key to open that. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't fall in the lava there. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's wonderful. I love how the object's not even attached to the lava. Actually, you can see from here, look at that lantern. That lamp over there, it's not even attached! Oh god, the janky movement. Yeah. That's just to give you guys an idea of Apocryph? Apocryph? I think it's Apocryph. Let's see, even the settings. Even moving in the menus is like really poor. Fractured animation, interesting. No, just a simple UI, but I don't see any difference there. Oh, didn't even save it. Nice. Yeah. If you navigate a menu is a problem, that's not great. That's simplified. Okay, that looks more like a Hexen's UI. Jeez. Yeah, you can't do anything with the controls. It's a shame. So, there you have it, guys. That's a bit of Apocryph. My impressions of it so far, it's like, I don't know. I really actually had higher expectations for this just because of how it looked in the video. I was really excited for it. But if you screw up the first thing, which is controls, it's just not fun to play. Controls are a huge part to playing a game, so it's definitely more of a chore trying to move the character forward and, you know, platforming and trying not to go sideways everywhere you go, and yeah, it just becomes an exercise of frustration. So the game's going for, I think, like $11.99. It's not a bad price, but they really need to fix those controls. If they can update the game and provide a more playable experience, then it might be it's definitely worth old school shooter fans to look into. Until then, unless you guys liked what you saw, then, you know, buyer beware. But, well, that's our video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button down below. If you have any other comments about the game, or you're curious about anything, I'd love to be able to answer any questions. So definitely feel free to comment. If you haven't yet, also hit that subscribe button. The more subscribers we've got, the more content we can push out for you guys. And as always, everyone, game on.